And now as we sit here just 16 games into this season, as the New York Knicks seem on the precipice of an absolute unmitigated disaster, there is no doubt that heads will need to roll if this continues, and we don't need to wait until the end of the season to do it. But my question to you is it really just a coach? Clearly, these players, D'Antoni does not have the ear of these players. I don't know if that's his fault. And I'm not going to sit here and call for that man. I like the man personally. Do I have questions about him as a coach? Absolutely. But I'm not going to sit there and sabotage him and be calling for him to go after 16 games when he still doesn't have a guard. A point guard, that is. When all of these changes have been made. When Danilo Gallinari comes up in here and looks like the second coming of Michael Jordan. I just don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. This is disgusting. It's disgraceful. It's embarrassing. And I'm ticked off. It don't make any sense. Contrary to what you may think, I'm not worried about Carmelo Anthony's shooting slump. The boy's a scoring machine. He'll be fine. I am concerned about his relationship with Amare Stoudemire.
Damn.
I am concerned about Amare Stoudemire basically taking 2 shots in the second half last night. He looks demoralized. He doesn't look into it. That I can blame on the coach and the players. And as I told you a little bit earlier in the hour, I have some news to report about your New York Knicks, and here it is. The Orlando Magic, I will preface my statement by telling you they have categorically denied this, but my sources tell me that they have inquired about Tyson Chandler and Amare Stoudemire going to Orlando for Dwight Howard. Let me confess to you that I'm torn. From a basketball standpoint, it would seem you do that deal in a heartbeat because you don't teach 7 feet and you don't teach the dominance and the skills that the best big man in the game, Dwight Howard, has. But I like Tyson Chandler. I like the fact that he rebounds and defends. I like the kind of emotional leader I know him to be because Rick Carlisle, Jason Kidd, Dirk Nowitzki, Jason Terry, champions. You might have forgotten what that's like, New York, but those are actual champions in case you don't remember. They swear by his leadership. And we know he rebounds and defends. He didn't look that way last night when Al Harrington was crossing him over. But that's what happens when you got a 7-footer out the 3-point line trying to defend people. That's not where they're supposed to be. Amare Stoudemire, I love him. He's the guy that came to New York when everybody else was scared to. He's the guy that came to New York and said, I'm going to accept the challenge of being on Broadway and bringing the bright lights back to Madison Square Garden. And he looked like he was doing the part when he was playing with Raymond Felton. But in the interest of facts, he has not looked the same since Raymond Felton has left. He has not looked the same since Carmelo Anthony has arrived. And last night, more than ever before, what I see is a guy that ain't happy about being on the floor with Melo. Now, they can tell you what they want. I could give 2 cents. I'm talking basketball here. I'm talking about what I see when you are running around, setting screens for one another, creating your own shot, or feeding off your teammates and taking over. I don't see that. Something's wrong. And if that's the case, everybody's got to go. I don't give a damn who it is. I'm keeping Melo personally, that's me, because I believe in closers. Closers that can play. Not the Tim Tebows that just show up for the last 5 minutes but stink up the joint 45 to 55 minutes. I'm talking about closers. Guys that actually can do it for a significant chunk of time. Because they can ball. I believe in Melo. I believe in Amare, but my problem with Amare is I don't see him posting up. I don't see him being the man-child power forward that he was brought here to be. I see a jump shooter. I see somebody that executives throughout this league are telling me they are waiting for him to collapse. They believe his knees are not 100%. They believe his back is not 100%. They believe that Mike D'Antoni and his system and his style of play is wearing Amare down. And to Amare's credit, in fairness, he has categorically and emphatically denied that there's any truth to that whatsoever. He says his health is absolutely fine. Here's my point to you, Amare. It doesn't look that way. You don't look like yourself, bro. You look slower. You look softer. You don't look like you've got an ounce of aggression in your body right now. But more importantly than that, you look depressed. You look completely and utterly unhappy. And if you are the New York Knicks, if you are Scott O'Neal, if you are Glenn Grunwald, if you are Mike D'Antoni, assuming you still have any clout as opposed to being a lame duck coach in the last year of your contract, you got to make a move sooner than later. Because the more these Knicks play, the more that they're becoming exposed. And the more exposed they're becoming, the less attractive they are going to be to a team that might have attractive pieces you want to trade for to bring to New York. This ain't called show friends. It's called show business. And the Knicks ain't handling their business. There's nothing about the Knicks that resemble business. You raise ticket prices 49%. You sit there and you renovate Madison Square Garden. And you've got arguably one of the most formidable, best front lines in the game. And you play like garbage. This is unacceptable. Unacceptable. And something needs to be done about it. Quick, fast, and in a hurry. We should all love Amare Stoudemire. But there ain't nothing wrong with reminding him that he's not getting paid $80 million left over the next 4 years for nothing. Melo's big time and got game. Your shooting has been awful. Fix it. Tyson Chandler has to be that glue. And God help us all if Baron Davis doesn't have anything left. He looks fantastic. He has slimmed down. He looks hard and ready to go. And I'm telling y'all right now, when Baron Davis is healthy, he can ball. But if they ain't playing in the right system, and they don't believe in their coach, it ain't gonna matter.